cold outside today. It is afternoon, the sun is at its brightest, and it's still 39 degrees. I know some of you have it much, much colder right now. There is ice in the bird bath, but the sun is nice and warm, melting it somewhat. Even when it's cold, I love to come outside and just think about what will be growing in the springtime. We have a ways to go yet. The squirrels are always out playing no matter what. Hey everybody, it's Lynn from A Bit of Birdsong. There is a new journal in the shop and I wanted to show you really quickly what it looks like. Let me explain some things. This is made from part of an old quilt. The quilt is beautiful. It was falling apart. I cut a square or a rectangle out that was in good shape, and it's just really beautiful, really old-fashioned. It feels like a farmhouse. Now, the batting is in between here. You can see where, you could start pulling on this if you want to. I wouldn't. I would just leave it like it is. It just feels to me like an old quilt. Even this little corner, it feels like a farmhouse. Once again, I raided my jewelry making stash and found some beautiful glass beads. We've got 2 matching sets. The coloring on this one is a little bit different from this one, but they're basically the same type of glass bead. And then we have these really pretty, and I think it goes well with this fabric right here. It's tied with a piece of trim from an old linen. This journal was inspired by a digital kit that I'm working on. Now, I want to tell you this very first page. Many of us know of Mr. Victor online, who has a channel, and Mr. Victor sent me an email and said, feel free to use these pages in your projects. He said, you don't have to mention me. But these are so beautiful, I wanted to mention these. And it went so well with the digital kit that I'm working on. I pulled a couple of the pages that he sent, printed them, and put them in this journal. The inside fabric is a piece of heavy cotton. It looks like it's had some sort of printing done on it. This is not, I don't believe this is a woven pattern. I'm just not sure, but it was really, really pretty. No pockets on the inside. You could feel free to glue pockets in if you want to, or sew individual pockets. You won't be able to sew on this side because of the thing here on the front, the image here on the front. This image is part of a digital kit I'm working on called She Walks with Nature. And the kit has a lot of images in it that are nature related, Victorian and even older. This is a piece of scrapbook paper. This is one of the pages in the digital kit. I love this little image of the girl holding the birds. There's a bird's nest, and then in the background there's a digital page that I did in the past. Here are more pages from the kit. In the background you can see a very faint butterfly. A lot of these pages are very, very light so that you can write on top of them. That was the whole point of this kit. In addition, the pages are designed so that you're not going to get a hard line around the edges. You could trim these pages down if you want to, or you can print them on 8.5 by 11 and they're ready to use just like they are. I'm still working on the kit. I will be releasing it sometime in the next 2 or 3 days, and it will be on my website. It just has a lot of really pretty images in it. I love this one, the girls in the swing, and then we have these little plants that have been added to the page. And again, this is just some of the plants that are sitting there by themselves. It gives you plenty of room to write, and yet it still feels really botanical. There's just a plain sheet of paper that's nice and heavy. More cardstock or scrapbook paper, I should say. And another plain piece of paper. There's more from the digital kit. That's from the digital kit, and that is another page that Mr. Victor sent. I thought it tied in perfectly with these butterflies in my digital kit, and then what he sent is absolutely lovely. So thank you for that, Mr. Victor. I love these pages that you sent. Very, very kind of you. I think it's nice that when people share, I really appreciate that. And I think that's one of the things that makes me most happy is when I just share things. Just a piece of scrapbook paper. I did print on that just to see. There's one side of that page that has the girls in the swing. And just more beautiful pages. That's the center. And then we will be coming to some different images here. Birds and bees, if you please. And the kit is going to have more in it. I love this page. I love that mushroom. That's from a book from the late 1800s. And then we have the little bird here. It has more pages than this, but I'm trying to just work with it and be creative with it as I go along to expand this digital kit and to add to it. It will have some beautiful journaling cards. I love this page. You can see the little girl out in the field picking flowers, and then we have the plant here. It says, "How does your garden grow?" Some of the pages have a few words. Most of them don't have anything because I wanted you to be able to write. I wanted you to have inspiration on some pages and just blank space on others. There's more scrapbook paper and just more beautiful, beautiful imagery. This would be a fun journal to work in. I love this page. It says "She Walks with Nature." That's the name of the kit. That is from a really old picture I have in my collection of old pages and pictures and things like that. And there's again birds and bees, if you please. The font is a little bigger on this one. I've just been playing with the pages and trying to get them exactly like I want them. I love this one as well. That is from a really old ad that I have in my ephemera cabinet. So that is that journal. Again, it's simple. You can see where the edging here is pulling away. The batting is underneath. As Karen said, I've done surgery on my journals before without hesitation, and I encourage you to do the same thing. Don't be afraid to work on a journal. Don't be afraid to add your touch. If you get this home and you want to put this under the sewing machine and run another zigzag stitch, it's not going to hurt it at all. Whoever buys it, if you want me to run another zigzag stitch along here, I will be happy to do that. Got these beautiful glass beads. There's a lot of stitching right here. I kept playing with that. I've just done some experimenting with this journal. I don't often put paper on the front of fabric. I do sometimes. I like the effect. A lot of times I make images with fabric or create a design with just more fabric on top of fabric. So this one is in the shop. It is ready to go out, and I really appreciate you watching. Thank you so much to new subscribers. Bye for now.